What is up, everybody? I am finally... Wow, did my voice just scare those two Plecos, or did they just decide to try and murder each other? That was weird. So, looks like my Plecos are done trying to kill each other, so I can actually start talking about what's going on in this tank. So, we're back with the 75-gallon Homesick Aquarium, and there's kind of just three things I really want to talk about. One's the filter, then the aquascape, and then inhabitants? Okay, I forgot what the third thing is, but as you can see, this tank is really clear right now. It hadn't been this clear for a while just because I've been ignoring it building the fish room, so it kind of got left on the back burner, and decided to finally, get back into this. Well, I was about to go on a road trip, so I just doing a bunch of water changes. I figured I might as well change the water on this, and my Plecos have been spawning a bit more, so I'm trying to get more attention on this tank. Are they about to try and kill each other again? Please don't. Yeah, I added a bit more plants in here just for, I don't know, the sake of having some more plants other than just giant jungle val in here. The canister filter, right. So, canister filter, down there. It is a new one, as you can see. It's the Fluval that used to be on the 65-gallon, and I had to move it into this tank because the Fluval, what's it called? Fluval G32? G30? I forgot the name of it, but the really nice fancy filter that I got for this tank just broke down a couple months in. The impeller and the motor just don't work at all, and impossible to find replacements for it. So that's just kind of there for a while until I figure out how to fix that. So that hadn't been running. This tank had been running off of just an air stone and an air pump for 3 months until I finally got that sponge filter in the middle from the Big Fish deal from Capital Cichlids convention, and I moved this filter onto it a couple days ago? 2 days ago? I don't remember when I moved this filter. Actually, did I move it before I left? Whatever. I moved this new canister filter on it, and I'll show you one of my cool theories about that in a second, but I think the aquascape for this tank needs to change, just because I saw Dustin's video on 100 neon tetras in one of his tanks in his greenhouse, and that just reminded me how awesome it is to just have a giant shoal or school of tetras or rasboras or something. So I think I might get something like Galaxy rasboras or Emerald tetra, some tiny tetra or Dania or something, and just have it a huge school, maybe 20-30 of them. I might move the Serpi tetras out, because they are just hella aggressive and just try to murder all the fry that are ever in this tank. So, might move the Serpi tetras out and replace them with a bunch of smaller tetras. But yeah, I might move. I think I'm going to change this aquascape from a South American to something like a riverbed or river stream, somewhere with a lot of rounded rocks, a lot of pebbles, stuff like that. Just because, I don't know. Blackwater, it's kind of boring me right now. I've had Blackwater tanks for how many years? 5, 6, 7. I've had a lot of Blackwater tanks, and I think I'm kind of over that for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this to river stream. What? Riverbed kind of tank. Just because the Plecos have taken over. It's their breeding tank now. The Pistos have given up their right to this tank, basically. There's only one male Bactiniata in here anymore, and he's just kind of circling around. Yeah, so I think it's the Pleco's breeding tank at this point, and they don't really do anything in the middle or the top of the tank, obviously, because they're Plecos. So I'm going to go ahead and make this more of a stream type tank and get some more water flow. Which brings me to my next topic, the filter bar, forgot what it's called, spray bar, that a lot of canister filters come with, even some hang on backs, which are basically just miniature canister filters when it gets to that point. But spray bars are basically this tube with a bunch of holes in it that the outlet from your canister filter sprays out of, and it's like kind of like rain, except not totally. They're definitely maybe the second best option for the return line on a filter. Worst option being regular, like just a tube going out, then a hang-on back, then a spray bar, then like actual rain simulation, which is by far the best option no matter what kind of tank or what kind of fish you're using. But spray bars are really nice, and in this tank especially, the way I position the spray bar is not the way most people do it. What I've done is I've pushed it against the wall of the tank, the glass wall, and had the water pushing down instead of kind of out and into the middle of the tank. What this does is it pushes all of that dirty, bad water further towards the outlet and doesn't waste as much of the water that's already been filtered. Since the water's going straight down, it's just pushing all of the older water towards that intake valve, intake to whatever, for the canister filter, and that is what you want. You want all the bad water going out and all the good water staying in as long as possible. So this really helps to get it circulating better. It also helps with this tank because if it's any other way, it's going to throw all of the detritus everywhere for the substrate, so that's just annoying. So kind of a dual purpose on this. It's not so great when it comes to Val, just because Val likes to be pushed along the surface and not along the bottom, just because of how long its leaves are. My Plecos are going insane right now. What the heck are they doing? But yeah. What is the other thing? I think that's it. Yeah. Video on the fish room will be next probably. No one's breeding. Actually, they were all breeding, and then someone decided to go look at colleges, and all of their fry disappeared when he got back, so that's great. So I'll have to wait till they spawn again, but all the pairs look really... Why are they getting so mad at each other? All the pairs are looking so great. Yeah, that's kind of it. Is there anything I had to say? Oh, I met William Garden. I'll put a link to somewhere for his Facebook page or his store, but he's a pretty cool dude. I apparently helped him get into the hobby of Mephisto, so that's really cool. And now he's giving talks at clubs where I can't reach. That's awesome that he's spreading the word. That's kind of more vlog topic. I might talk on that in another video. Yeah, that's kind of it. This video dragged on because I have no idea what I'm doing. So, see ya.